Self-control is not just a philosophical idea. It is a practical tool for navigating the complexities of modern life. With our world constantly changing and filled with distractions, developing self-control is one of the most empowering practices we can engage in. This virtue can provide the mental clarity, resilience, and stability we need to face difficult situations, make better decisions, and maintain peace of mind. Stoicism, with its emphasis on personal responsibility, rationality, and virtue, offers invaluable insights into how we can cultivate this essential quality. The Stoics, such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, lived in a world filled with wars, political turmoil, and personal hardships. Yet they found serenity and inner peace by mastering self-control. Their teachings still resonate today because they understand human nature and the universal challenges we face. By adopting the Stoic mindset, we learn how to control our reactions, rise above our impulses, and transform adversity into an opportunity for growth. Central to Stoic thought is the dichotomy of control, the idea that everything in life can be divided into two categories: those things we can control and those things we cannot. This simple but profound distinction is the key to mastering self-control. When we focus on what is within our power, our own thoughts, behaviors, and attitudes, we regain control over our lives. On the other hand, when we waste time and energy trying to control external events or the actions of others, we surrender our power and peace of mind. Take, for example, a situation where you are stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You cannot control the traffic, but you can control your response. You could become frustrated and anxious, allowing the situation to steal your calm. Or you could choose to remain calm, recognizing that your emotions are within your control, while the traffic itself is not. In this moment, the Stoic response is to accept the situation as it is, to focus on breathing deeply, and to remind yourself that there is no benefit to anger or frustration. In choosing calm over chaos, you reclaim control of your emotional state. The practice of self-control involves not only managing our reactions, but also becoming aware of our internal dialogue. The Stoics were masters of self-reflection and journaling, regularly examining their thoughts and actions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly reminded himself to avoid acting out of habit or emotion and to focus on reason and virtue. Self-awareness is a cornerstone of Stoic self-control because without it, we are likely to act impulsively, driven by unconscious desires and fears. By being mindful of our thoughts, we become less likely to succumb to harmful impulses and more able to choose rational actions that align with our values. Another essential component of Stoic self-control is the ability to reframe negative events. Stoics believe that the external world is neutral and that our perceptions of it shape our emotional responses. For instance, when someone insults us, it is not the insult itself that causes us distress, but our interpretation of it. By practicing cognitive reframing, we can challenge our automatic reactions and reframe negative events in a way that serves us. Instead of thinking, "This person has insulted me, and I feel humiliated," we can reframe it as, "This person's words are a reflection of their own character, not mine." This shift in perspective allows us to detach emotionally from the insult and maintain our self-control. The Stoic principle of negative visualization also plays a vital role in self-control. This practice involves imagining worst-case scenarios and mentally preparing for them. The goal is not to dwell on negativity, but to reduce the emotional impact of challenges. By imagining that something might go wrong, a difficult conversation, a missed opportunity, or a personal loss, we mentally prepare ourselves for adversity. This practice builds resilience and strengthens our ability to stay composed when difficulties arise. Marcus Aurelius, for example, frequently meditated on the inevitability of death and loss to remind himself that everything in life is temporary and that attachment to external things is fleeting. Negative visualization also helps us develop a sense of gratitude. The more we contemplate the potential loss of things, whether possessions, relationships, or health, the more we learn to appreciate them while we still have them. Gratitude, according to the Stoics, is not a passive feeling, but an active practice. By regularly reflecting on what we are thankful for, we train ourselves to focus on the positive aspects of our lives rather than what is lacking or missing. This attitude of gratitude helps to counterbalance the natural tendency to dwell on negative thoughts and challenges. Furthermore, Stoic self-control is not just about dealing with adversity. It is also about managing our desires and impulses. Stoics understood that our natural desires, such as the desire for wealth, fame, pleasure, and security, are often the root cause of our unhappiness. These desires lead us to chase after things that are ultimately outside our control, and when they are unfulfilled, we experience frustration and disappointment. The Stoics advocated for temperance and moderation, teaching that true happiness comes not from satisfying every whim, but from cultivating inner contentment and living in accordance with reason. The practice of voluntary discomfort is a Stoic technique that helps us detach from our desires and develop self-control. This practice involves deliberately subjecting ourselves to mild discomfort in order to build mental resilience and reduce our dependence on external comforts. For example, a Stoic might fast for a day, sleep on the floor, or take cold showers to train their mind to be less dependent on physical comforts. By doing so, they learn to endure discomfort without complaint and to appreciate the simple joys of life. This practice reinforces the idea that we are not defined by our possessions or material circumstances, but by our ability to control our reactions. Another Stoic concept that aids in developing self-control is the practice of focusing on the present moment. The Stoics believe that we should not dwell on the past or worry about the future, but instead live fully in the present. This is in alignment with the modern concept of mindfulness, which emphasizes awareness of the current moment without judgment. By focusing on the present, we free ourselves from the anxiety of what may come and the regret of what has already passed. Instead, we engage with the world as it is, responding with clarity and purpose. In practice, focusing on the present means that we don't waste mental energy on things we cannot control or things that haven't happened yet. If we are worried about a difficult conversation in the future, we remind ourselves that worrying now won't make the conversation any easier. If we are reflecting on a mistake we made in the past, we remind ourselves that it's over, and we can only learn from it moving forward. This focus on the present allows us to act with intention rather than reacting out of fear, anxiety, or regret. Self-control is also about aligning our actions with our deeper values and sense of purpose. The Stoics believe that living in accordance with virtue is the highest form of happiness. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, includes wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. When we are clear about our values, we are more likely to make decisions that align with our true goals, even when faced with temptations or challenges. This clarity of purpose gives us the strength to resist distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. The practice of virtue is not just an abstract idea for the Stoics. It is something that we must practice daily. Every moment is an opportunity to choose virtue over vice. In difficult situations, we can ask ourselves, what is the wise thing to do? How can I act justly? What would courage look like in this moment? These questions help us act with intention and purpose, guiding us toward decisions that reinforce our self-control. Finally, one of the most profound lessons from Stoic philosophy is that self-control is not an end in itself, but a means to a greater end, tranquility. Tranquility, in the Stoic sense, is a state of inner peace that comes from living in harmony with nature and reason. It is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to remain undisturbed by them. Through self-control, we learn to navigate the complexities of life without being swept away by the turbulence of our emotions. This tranquility allows us to approach life with a calm, clear mind and to face adversity with equanimity. The Stoic journey of mastering self-control is not easy. It requires consistent effort, self-reflection, and discipline. Yet, the rewards are immeasurable. By learning to control our reactions, we create a life of greater peace, clarity, and purpose. We free ourselves from the tyranny of our impulses and external circumstances, and we become the masters of our own minds. As you embark on this journey, remember that self-control is not about perfection. It is about progress. Every time you choose to respond with calm rather than react with anger, every time you practice mindfulness, gratitude, or voluntary discomfort, you are strengthening your ability to master yourself. The Stoics understood that self-mastery is a lifelong process, and with patience and persistence, we can all cultivate the inner peace and resilience that come with mastering self-control. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon for more videos on philosophy and self-improvement. And hey, share this video with someone who might need a little calm in their chaos. Until next time, stay strong and stay stoic.